I'm Phil. I'm Nilden.
I'm Raz.
I'm up Busty's ass.
I'm Brandon.
Slide jobs by the dozen out here.
Hello, this is Thomas.
Here. Pisser.
I'm John.
Sit down the back straightaway for the final time.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls.
This is Dirty Sliders Podcast. Let's feed them the right rear.
All right, everybody. Welcome back to Dirty Sliders Podcast. We've got three of the famous Dirty Sliders tonight. Unfortunately, the other three are otherwise waylaid. One of them had an accident. One of them shit their pants, is in the hospital. And the other one, well, the Coast Guard ran him deep. So, yeah, it's been one of those weeks for those guys. But hey, you got us. Congratulations. Now, don't click off yet because we got some really good news.
Coast isn't running them deep. Oh, good God.
Oh, man. Love it.
Well, welcome back, guys.
Welcome back, Phil. Welcome back.
Thank you.
We've missed you, buddy.
I got to say, I apologize about last week. Well, what happened
Well, tell us why, though. Why weren't you here?
I thought it was Tuesday.
Well, it was Tuesday.
No, it was Monday. You guys recorded on Monday. Yeah, you guys recorded on Monday, and I thought it was Tuesday. And
the retired life.
She says to me, she goes, "Don't you have podcasts?" I said, "It's fucking Tuesday. Hell no." And I went to bed.
Isn't there something else going on in your life, too? Something like, brick and mortar?
Kind of, a little bit, but we're not living there. We leased
You forget how to be retired already?
Yeah, I forgot how to be retired. I quit being retired. Heather and I leased a workshop for us to get our Comfort Creations business going, and I just froze. Hold on a second.
And that's great news. Great news.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Gotta love Elon. I froze up.
Yeah.
It should all be there.
Yeah. So I don't know what you guys caught of that, but basically, we're getting the Comfort Creations things going. So,
awesome.
I'm not gonna plug that on this. This is not what this podcast's about. But
you should. You definitely should.
Well, we're doing
when you're up and ready. Give the web address and all that,
yep.
and let everyone know where you're at. You definitely should. I mean, it's part of who you are, and you're one of us. So why not support each other, right?
Roger that.
Absolutely.
See?
Absolutely. And I can tell you
so I'm
firsthand,
apologizing in advance, guys. I apologize in advance. My internet is like lagging today. Elon, if you're listening, you failed me.
I don't know if he failed you because you have internet, just not great internet.
Well, there's one satellite up there that is just like on a coffee break.
It's overloaded with work.
Work.
It heard NASA was coming to work with it, so it went on a government break.
I will say this: where I'm sitting at, we do get to watch the Starlink launches, and they're it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool watching them. No,
you suck.
I lick.
If you're doing it right, you do both.
You got to lick it before you stick
it. All right, so Thomas, what did you have going on this week? We don't have Raz to rein us back in.
We don't have Raz to put us in check.
I know.
All right, Thomas, what do you got?
What do you have going this week?
We spent a lot of time with the family. My middle son Landon had 6 frickin' soccer games this weekend. Played 1 on Friday, 3 on Saturday.
Tell him to stop winning.
Sunday. I know. He kept winning, and he ended up going to the championship on Sunday. So super proud of that kid. I did end up making him take an ice bath. He hated me for that one. But when it was all said and done, and he warmed back up, he felt pretty good. So that was a win. Other than that, we watched some racing in St. Louis, and my dog just shit himself, and oh my God, is that bad? Oh, man.
Takes after his dad, huh?
Yeah. Oh, boy. Hey, jeez Louise, buddy.
Hank,
Is there a turd laying
good job.
somewhere? Yeah, so we watched some racing at the Dome this weekend from the TV on our couch. Definitely, this is the second year now me and my wife have sat there and watched it and told ourselves we got to go. So I think we're going to try and go next year. Tickets go on sale for that December 22nd. And it also sounds like they might be opening the entire stadium for the duration of the 3 days. So not just the lower bowl for the prelim nights, but the lower bowl and the upper bowl. And I just all around the Dome was 100% the Dome. It's zero actual like grassroots racing and 100% pure entertainment between watching these beautiful cars explode the decks off the back of them, or them guys throwing the elbows up, or Kyle Bronson trying to body slam Hudson O'Neal. I mean, all good and fun. I loved it, I enjoyed it, and I can't wait to actually be able to go and see this thing. So, speaking of the Dome, Neilton, what do we got, man? We had some news last week about Rico, but what do we got?
So Rico was at the Dome this weekend, in person. He got on TV a couple times. Thank you, Amazon, for having it, because somebody was using their Flow and I couldn't watch it, so I had to use it on Amazon. Sober. But it sounded like there's nothing confirmed yet. Rico put out that he wanted to drive a late model at the Dome next year. He put it out, I think it was Thursday last week. He was like, this is not a joke. This is serious. I want to drive a late model in the Dome 2026. Well, now it sounds like he might have his choice of rides. There was multiple teams that piped in and said, hey, Rico, we'll take care of you. We'll get you set up, bud. Yep. So I think he's going to kind of pick his ride for next year, which is awesome. Because he's been to the Dome before, and I think he will do very well. I mean, I know Raz said he doesn't think he can do it. It's a muscle around kind of deal. But, I mean, with the power steering we have today, I mean, you got to be able to make that car be able to turn. He's going to be floating twice in there. Yeah. But I think they'll get it figured out where he can turn it. He can do what he needs to do.
Did you just say Flotten Swize?
Flotten Swize.
Have another beer.
I haven't. I probably need a beer to straighten out after the day I've had. You know what? Hold on.
He said Flotten Swize.
Yeah, he did.
Twice.
So
there's something wrong with him.
Yeah, I mean, there was some damn good entertainment. Your last year's champion in the modifieds, Trevor Neville.
Hold on. We gotta get the soundbite.
Bush.
There it is.
No. Kona.
Trevor Neville last year.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but there was only one car that went out of the park, wasn't there?
No cars went out of the park.
I saw one go out the park.
None of them went out of the park.
I thought one mod made it out.
One mod tried to make it out and then abruptly got thrown back into the track on his lid and took another whack.
Okay.
Hess was
maybe it was last year.
Last year there was a couple of them that went out of the park last year. The one that keeps seemingly getting
social media kind of screws you up on years. It just feeds you Dome from every year. AI. I was like, posted. No, it wasn't.
Yep, there was one last year coming out of turn 2. He got run up the fence, and he came up the fence, through the fence, and then rolled down the fence on the backside.
That may be the one I saw a replay of.
So, but yeah, there was
because the poles look very different this year than last year.
Oh, the poles were stuck into the damn concrete floor of the building. It seemed like, holy smoke!
Possibly they weren't budging.
No, Bronson smoked that thing in his late model and just went stop.
Dink.
Yeah. And that hurts worse.
They tore up a lot of fence. They figured out they need to move the banners up even higher than they had. Because they tried. Did you get to watch it, Phil?
No.
So they had the banners right at the top of the K-rail, and they figured out real quick in qualifying, well, that's not going to work.
Oh no, they were dragging
it with the wing and they'd rip them right off.
So they were dragging their deck lids right across them.
So they started by putting the banners a panel up. So it was like 4 foot up from the wall. because then they were ripping the whole fence panel out.
So what's the harm in hanging the banners on the backside of the fence where they can't catch them? Because if you start hanging them too high, now people in the seats can't see the turns because the banners are blocking the damn track. So why don't we put them on the K rails, but
Well, I
on the
think they're
outside of
doing
the fence?
Well, it's kind of one of those things. If you want the banners to stay, you need to put them on their own structure because they're ripping the panels off. So if you put it inside outside, they're taking it off either way.
That is true. Yep. Or they hang
When the whole fence panel goes.
Yeah, or they figure out a way, and they've done great. I mean, every year there's been a little bit more improvement. Like this year, they added some more banking into the track, and tried to really tried to work on getting a multi-groove racetrack. Which, for some of it, it worked. Saturday's feature was, I mean, there was no doubt Bobby Pierce was going to win that deal. But
Well, I mean, it's tough doing any race like that with that many cars for that long and get a track at the end of the night.
well, I agree with you, and
It's tough.
people will say, well, they do it in Tulsa every year. Those cars don't have
Eh,
as big a footprint.
sometimes.
Well,
Yeah,
those cars don't
they
have as
have
big of a
a
footprint.
quarter of the tire,
Yeah. So, and the horsepower, an eighth of the
and it
horsepower.
still rubbers down and dusts up and all that.
Yep. So,
I mean, they still have trouble in Tulsa.
I don't know if there's a way, which I'm sure if there is, they'd figure it out, to have the fence and then hang the catch fence like a barricade further back from where the K rail is, so that when those guys drag, because that would do two things. That would keep the deck lids from getting ripped off the cars, and it would stop ripping down banners and fence panels.
Or maybe they just suspend the banners by themselves on something else, not on the fence.
And that's also
Well,
possible.
today's digital technology just put big LED monitors up around and have your pop up, just have it up on the inside and pop up.
Those
I
cost
haven't
more than
seen
a
layout.
banner.
Yeah, but how many banners got taken down?
Damn near all of them.
I know, but they put them
Okay.
right back up. They put up a freshie.
Yeah, a freshie. And then if they, I wonder what the cost of all the banners was to how much it would cost to rent that display that I was talking about.
I don't know. That's a good point. Something they could possibly
Not
look
talking
into.
about buy it, rent it.
It was what, $50? People were saying to put their little thing up on the jumbotron.
Oh, and there was some funny ones. Oh shit!
Bobby Pierce sucks was one.
Something about from T.J. Yoder from Weaver Valley Speedway eats corn the long way through his butthole or something like that.
I saw a thread put up that had all of them in it, and I was laughing.
Yep.
I was laughing the
Jeb
entire
Yoder.
time.
Yeah, pretty funny. But yeah, all in all, I think for what it is, it definitely holds a perfect spot in the calendar. There's absolutely nothing else going on around it except for the Snowball Derby, which didn't even run until today because of rain. Thank you, Florida. So yeah,
Hey,
also
at least
it's
we're
indoors.
consistent.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah,
but yeah, it's
talk about-
indoors too, so you don't have to worry about that.
Talk about the rain out here. There's a guy that had shut his RC off-road track down for 8 weeks, and it didn't rain on a Saturday for 8 straight weeks. He gets the track put back together, puts on a race last Saturday, and got rained out.
Damn.
Mother Nature has it in for him.
Well, that's
No doubt.
outside during the summer.
Yeah, well, we're not in the summer right now.
Not true.
You
You sure? It was 76 degrees here today.
Not here. It wasn't. Here it was cold and wet.
So
All right. So what's
yeah.
next?
well, let's. Oh, before we take it off the dirt, because we're gonna go off the dirt with Phil here in F1 here in a minute. Just quick little sprint car news. Donnie Schatz has signed up with CJB Motorsports to run the World of Outlaws schedule next year. That'll make his 30th season with the World of Outlaws, and first year with CJB. That makes CJB a 2-car team now.
And CJB stands for?
I don't know. Why are you putting me on the spot? Damn it! It's
Or
not CBJ. We know that for damn
or is
sure.
it? Yeah, well, that's Chiefs give blowjobs. Nothing but love, brother.
I know. I know.
Why are you turning red,
Oh,
Thomas?
because I had something I was gonna say,
Is
but I'm
he?
gonna keep it to myself.
Wow, that's a first.
Nilden's
Oh,
doing research. I'm waiting for him to figure out the answer because he's about to find it.
I'm trying to find it. I'm trying to find it.
as we Phil
All
say,
the dome crump. All the dome crap.
dome crap,
Swatting flies, all right?
flot and swise.
Yep. Oh, well. Rico put up
Well, we
9
could
new things. What did he put up?
we could tell Neil then drank something of a beer because he's saying it right now,
Exactly. It's amazing what happens when I have one.
or two.
Yeah, I'm trying to find that post that had all of the 80 different things that went up on the dome. But of course, now that I want dome stuff, there's nothing in my feed for the dome.
That's
So
how it always is.
Chad and Jen Clemens owns that team. So I guess your C and your J could be that Chad and Jen. Um, don't know where the B comes from. So please educate us, folks. Let us know in the comments, and I'll be glad to shout it out the next episode. But outside of that, I don't really have much anything else. We are getting ready to come up on our next big dirt race, which is going to be the Tulsa Shootout, and then into the Chili Bowl, and then at the same time Wild West Shootout. So that's kind of what to look forward to on the dirt side of things. Phil, I believe F1 just had their finale and they wrapped up their season. Let us know how that went.
Dude, I have to tell you, McLaren did everything they could to screw up their championship. I mean,
They
there was a
fucking tried.
they tried as hard as they could. Uh, Max halfway through the season was 104 points behind in the points. Everybody said, he's got a mathematical chance, but he's not going to do it. Nobody's ever done it like this before. Max did everything he could to win that championship. He won the Abu Dhabi race, and all Lando had to do was finish third to win it by 2 points. Well, he did, but they're coming with, I think it was 9 laps to go in the race, and his race engineer comes on and says, "Do you think we should go ahead and put on softs and maybe run back up through the field?" And I'm like, "No, you've got you're maintaining a 4 second lead over Charles. You don't need to put tires on the car right now. Just stay out there. He's got to stay in third. Why put him behind? No, don't do that." But yeah,
Well, I think
so
they were talking. They were talking if a safety car came out, what would they do? I think it was what that was. If a
well,
safety car came out, what would he do?
they were talking about on multiple levels. But at first they were talking about it not with a safety car. At first they were saying if a safety car came out and it came out at the right after they talked about that, then they said if a safety car came out and it came out at the right time and they could dive into the pits, throw softs on. But I mean the way they were running it, he could have it doesn't make a difference. We can Monday morning quarterback it all day long. Um, Lando took the number one plate from Max, which I'm very happy about.
Yeah.
I think as it came down to the end of the season, I think that NASCAR and other racing series need to seriously look at how F1 does their points, because the way they do their points, it the last 3 years have been pretty exciting in the points coming down to the last race, and it wasn't a deal of whoever finishes in front of whoever. I mean, it turned out into, like I said, it came down to 2 points. If Lando had freaking had a puncture or a hiccup and Charles Leclerc got by him, Lando would have not won the championship. And it was like there was pressure on there to be perfect, not make mistakes, and to win the championship. So I think NASCAR, ARCA, and honestly a lot of the dirt series, I think they can do a better job with their points to make it more exciting, coming down to the end, coming down to where a guy can go from 104 points down, and miss the championship by 2 points. Granted, that has a lot to do with Red Bull, basically stumbling, fumbling, and bumbling in the beginning, middle of the year, and then they finally come
they
back
definitely
in. And
tried to
the
throw it
other
away.
news in F1 is Yuki Tsunoda is out of the F1, out of the Red Bull, and what's his face? Not Liam, not Lawson, but the other one. God, I can't remember his name right now. But he's going up. He's going up next year into the number 2 seat in Red Bull. And did you guys see the highlight for when just before Lando was making the pass on Yuki? Red Bull called on Yuki and said, Lando is coming up to you. He will be catching you in 2 laps. You know what to do. And then when Lando was going to pass him, Yuki made a double move on the straightaway and ran Lando off the track coming down the
He sure
straightaway.
did.
Did you guys see
He
that?
sure did. Yep.
He sure did. Well, there's a lot of controversy on that. They're saying, well, Lando should have been penalized and this, that, and the other. And I think that one of the disadvantage or the advantages of having team racing going on is your teammate can affect if he could have held it up, or I mean, worst case scenario is he could have when running him off, he could have done it in a different spot and caused Lando to wreck, and that would have been that would have shaken up the points championship significantly. But when the stewards, when they looked at the totality of what happened in that situation, I think the steward said basically the pit called out to Yuki and said, fuck Lando over. And Yuki went out of his way to do it. And while he did make the pass off the track, they're looking at it like, Lando couldn't do anything. So I think that's part of the reason why they didn't do any further investigation on Lando and let him keep the spot. Of course, I'm not an expert, but that's my 2 cents.
You're the closest expert we got.
Yeah,
I'm
an expert in absolutely nothing.
I'm just curious on that whole deal. I mean, Lando, you look at the video and then the still picture of Lando sitting outside the racing group or sitting outside the racing surface. Yes, Yuki made an erratic double move and caused Lando to take evasive action, or else there would have been contact. I do not disagree with that at all. But there was room for Lando to keep his right side tires on the racing surface and not have to go all the way off the track. Now, the flip side to that is Lando doesn't know how far Yuki's willing to take it, and so Lando's trying to get as far away as he can, which I understand that too. So
yeah,
that's kind of my devil's advocate point.
But then you also go back to the like I said, you go back to the radio transmission between the pit and Yuki 2 laps before that, when they called it out and said, do what you got to do to hold him up. And I know that, and we don't hear everything that's going on the radio, but from what I understand, F1 teams, their radio communications are wide open. Everybody can hear everybody's radio communication, from what I understand. I don't know if that's true or not. But that being said, I'm almost willing to bet you, as they said, they probably told Lando, when you go to pass Yuki, he's going to do something.
He gonna mess with you.
Yeah. Which, I mean, they don't even need to tell him that. It's the number 2 Red Bull driver, and Yuki's going out of that car, so he would love to do millions of dollars worth of damage to Red Bull's checkbook at the end of the season.
Well, why do you think Yuki's out?
Hmm?
Because he's not as good as Max? Do you think that's why they got rid of Yuki? I mean,
Why?
Red Bull Team 2 goes through drivers like I go through underwear.
Well, I don't think they found. I don't. I'll be honest with you. I don't think that Yuki and Max get along. And I would go as far as to sit there and say that Max said I don't want him as a teammate because, um, well, and then the other thing is when they took Lawson out of the number 2 car and they put Yuki in there, Lawson went down into the Racing Bull car and he outperformed Yuki in the majority of the races since he got into that Racing Bull car.
Yeah.
It was only the last 2-3 races that Yuki started coming into his stride, but Yuki was told you got to perform or you're out, and he didn't perform. I mean, he went out in Q3 how many times? He went out in the first round of qualifying how many times? And arguably they sit there and say that the Red Bull cars are built for Max, both cars.
Mm-hmm.
And not everybody can drive the way Max drives. So, there's that.
Having the
But-
argument of not finding a driver as good as Max. I mean, I don't know that there is a driver in F1 that is as good as Max Verstappen is.
Well, I'm not going to say as good as Max. They built what Red Bull did is when Max moved back, because you guys know that Max was with Red Bull, the primary team, got set down to the secondary team because he was driving like a dick with ears. And then he got moved back up and he matured. He got himself in check. I mean, I'm going to give credit where credit is due. He was a menace. He was a menace to society when he was running with the Red Bull car the first time. And then when they set him down, I think his dad and I think Helmet sat down with him and said, dude, get your head right. And he matured while he was with the second team. And then when he went back up to Red Bull, I think his dad and Helmet basically they got together and they said in Christian Horner and they said we're going to build a car around you, Max, and we're going to build a car that will allow you to do what you do. Well, they did that with both cars. The problem with that is when you build a car. I mean, Neilden, when you were putting cars together for me, nobody could drive the way I drove. So, and what I mean by that is we had things in the car that were specific to me, handling setups in the car or handling characteristics in the car that were specific to me. And they did that with Max, and I don't think the other guys can do it. I mean, Max does amazing things with a car. I'm not gonna take that away from him. Max is an amazing driver. I remember when he went to Red Bull the first time. It seems like a lot of people have forgotten. And he was a menace to society. He was wrecking people. He was not smart, and he walked around like he was the baddest dude on the block. And that just kind of sticks with me. But they built that car. They built those cars for Max, and it came out. It came out when Christian was getting ready. When Horner was getting ready to leave, it came out that whole program, the most recent program with Max winning the 4 in a row championships. Could have been 5th this year. That program was built around Max for Max to get it. The same thing as they did the same thing that Mercedes did with Lewis. I mean, they built the program around Lewis, and then there was a rules change, and Mercedes lost their advantage, and now it seems like McLaren has found something, and I predict there will be a rules change within the next year or two, and you're going to see McLaren falter. F1 has decided that I don't think F1 is going to allow one team to dominate the way they did with Mercedes, because Mercedes dominated 7 straight years. I mean, they couldn't do anything with a Mercedes. Nobody. It was like, okay, the Mercedes, and then we're all racing for second place.
Yeah, that's insane. I did see that there are. I didn't look into it, but I did see that there are some changes to the car next year for F1. Do you know anything about those?
Oh yeah. My understanding is and I've got to do more research on it, and I apologize. Is I think DRS is going away.
DRS is going away.
Yeah. DRS is going away, and the last one, to push DRS was Kimi Antonelli. He was the
I
last
saw
person
somebody
to.
posted the first to do it and the last to do it, and that's the only reason I can say, yeah,
Yeah.
it's gone.
Yeah, DRS is going away. I think that not next year or the year after, but I think within the next 3 years, rumor has it they're looking at going back to the V10.
I hope so. That was the best sounding motor, in my opinion.
And they're on a turboed
Yeah,
V6 right
yeah.
now
Turbo V6 putting out over 1,000 horsepower.
with an electric motor assist.
No. My understanding is with the turboed V6, its peak horsepower is just over 1,000, and then the electric motor assist is good for something like 200 horse, I think it is. So
So,
yeah,
1,200 when you're pushing the button.
yeah, 1,200 when you're pushing the button, full song, and then open the DRS.
Hmm.
Did I freeze?
Yeah, I'm okay with the DRS going bye-bye.
There we go. I'm back.
I will say I won't say I'm shocked, but I was surprised to see Bottas was at Cadillac Monday morning.
Oh, not at all. I was not surprised one bit about that.
I like it because it shows that we knew Cadillac was taking it seriously because all season they've been doing mock runs.
Mm-hmm.
So they've had all their engineers and everybody, all their computer people basically. They've been planning the race strategy, et cetera, like it was a race weekend, so they're not going in cold to the first race of 26.
Right.
But I'm like, the guy didn't get a day off.
No, and that is the thing about Valtteri Bottas. People say, "Oh, Valtteri Bottas he's got no talent. He's got this." That dude has a work ethic.
That's beyond 90% of the population.
Right. I mean, I'm not one bit surprised about that at all. And we talked about this previously when we talked about Checo and Valtteri going to Cadillac. I think Cadillac made an absolute phenomenal decision with those two. They're seasoned drivers. It's a brand new team. Instead of having one seasoned driver and one up and coming driver for longevity,
which is the norm.
They went with two seasoned drivers to get as much feedback because but not even arguably, Checo Perez and Valtteri Bottas are going to bring gobs and gobs of knowledge to the Cadillac team. And if Cadillac is smart, what they're going to do is they're going to start with their junior race program, and they will start working on drivers to come up in 2-3 years. Let Checo and Valtteri, and I know I said before, and I'm going back on what I said before. I said I don't see those guys being there much after the maybe the second year. Keep those guys on hand. Bring in your reserve drivers, younger drivers, reserve drivers. Put them in the cars. Let them test this, that, and the other. But keep those two on hand as your primary drivers for as long as you feasibly can. I mean, look, you got Alonso, Fernando Alonso. He is 46 years old.
Something like that.
45 or 46. He's in his 40s. So it's just so I don't get quoted on a number because, our all three fans will say, oh, you were wrong. He's still racing in his 40s. So, and Valtteri Bottas, well, he's not the talent of a Max Verstappen, and I would say he's close to the talent of a Lewis Hamilton, especially right now. I would say he's definitely in the top 5, top 6 talented drivers in F1 right now. Keep him on board. Checo is a good driver. He's a very smart driver. He's also, if I'm not mistaken, Checo is also one of the last late breakers. So if they could get their cars to work with late braking, and they can get their cars working there, and if I'm not mistaken, Cadillac for the first couple of years is going to be running Ferrari motors.
I believe that's correct.
So they're going to be having the Ferrari motors. Those guys are going to do pretty well, and just take and basically just milk those two drivers for all the knowledge again, and understand you're a new team. Your cars are going to break. Your cars are going to break. Your cars are going to get. You're going to blow motors. It's going to happen because there's no gel in the team yet. Somebody's going to leave an oil fitting loose and it's going to leak oil, or somebody's going to do something in a hydraulic, have a hydraulic failure where they go to hit the brakes and the brakes don't catch like they're supposed to, and they overshoot a turn and kiss a wall. Just don't kill the driver. That's all I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
And then the next thing in F1, I gotta say I'm really surprised that I really thought Lewis Hamilton would have done better with Ferrari than what he did. He went out. He did not have a very good season. He didn't get a podium in a Grand Prix at all this year, and that's the first time in his racing career that's happened.
Is he done with Ferrari?
No, he's going to be.
I didn't think so.
No, but he didn't. He's not done. But I'm surprised that he didn't have any more performance than what he did. He didn't have consistent pace all year. And they say, well, Charles did. Well, Charles is the number one driver. And I think that's where Ferrari, they brought two number one drivers in, and I wonder if they kind of tried to put him in his place. And Lewis made the comment this week that after the this week between the two races,
I think as much as we all want to have two number one drivers,
he said
you can't have it.
Changes. What's that?
You can't have two number ones.
No, you can't. Unless you let them both be number one drivers. But
and then
Lewis
then you just have to write the checks because they're going to tear shit up.
Well, Lewis sat there and said that they'll be making changes in Ferrari. Now, I don't know what that means, but he said there will be changes made at Ferrari. Personnel or equipment, don't know which.
Well, something definitely needs to change because the legacy they have didn't help them this year, that's for sure.
Well, I want to say this. If they put a setup like Charles had in Lewis's car, I wonder if he would have been more consistent and more of a threat for a podium every week. Because Lewis had flashes of excellence, but then it seemed like the next week they just they hired the Z team to come in, and it looked like a bunch of freaking chimpanzees working on the car.
Because they definitely did not have the speed, the pace, the anything this year at Ferrari.
No, they didn't. And Lewis was complaining about the same thing all the time. His car would not get into the track. And he said there's no more speed in this car. But then Charles would go out and freaking be 3/4 of a second faster than Lewis. But Lewis's car had no more speed.
Bring back
they gotta
Marlboro.
Figure out the arrow on it. I think one of my favorite Marlboro designs, I think it was the initial Abu Dhabi or something like that, where they weren't allowed to have a tobacco sponsor on the car because tobacco was illegal in the country or whatever. So they made it look like a barcode. It still says Marlboro, but it's just like a barcode.
Yeah. I remember that.
I think in the 80s, early 90s, something like that.
Yeah, I remember that.
It was like, you can't have that. You can't have cigarettes and alcohol. Guess what?
Well, but back to it. I think Cadillac is going to have a very tough freshman year. I hope they don't. I mean, as an American company, I hope they don't embarrass our country, but we'll see.
They're going through the first year. I expect it.
I hope they don't do like Haas. Haas was an embarrassment in F1, but now Haas is actually doing pretty good now. A lot of the back runners are now running up front or challenging for the front run.
Well, Haas just picked up a major sponsor, didn't they? Or a rebrand?
Yeah, Haas.
No, it was something else I just saw.
Oh, I don't know.
I'll try to look it up.
With the way F1 does their point system, how many points would be considered a successful year for Cadillac?
Oh, it's Haas and Toyota Gazoo.
Oh, okay. I would say if Cadillac is a consistent finisher in the mid pack, like 10th to 15th, and in that, if Cadillac gets a couple of points showings, like in the top 10, because F1 only pays back to 10th place in points for points. Yep. So if they get a points finish, if they get a few points finishes, I would consider that a success, because especially now, because you've got Mercedes, Red Bull, Ferrari,
McLaren,
Racing Bulls, McLaren. So you got 6 teams now, and even Haas is back up there now. So you got 7, 8 teams of the 10 teams on.
What was the other one?
froze.
He's coming back. Racing Bulls. He's coming
there he
back.
I'm back. Yeah. All right. Where was I? Racing Bulls.
Well, you
had Ferrari.
All right. So, but they're all coming in. Basically, your mid-pack teams are starting to tighten it up, and they're challenging for your points positions. Like it used to be. Well, there was only 5 teams, 5 of the 10 teams, and only 5 teams would finish and it got boring. And then F1 made changes. So yeah. But long story short, if they were a consistent, 10th to 15th place finisher with a couple of points finishes through the season, I would consider that a successful year.
Okay.
If they're 18th, 19th, 20th all year long, then that's an embarrassment. 21st, because now there's going to be 22. So if they're back in the back 4, 18th to 22, that would be an embarrassment. And yeah, no.
I did know that F1 only paid back 5th place of points. That's why I asked that question.
Yeah.
Well, Abu Dhabi was the last of a named car, and there was Sauber being their last race. They're becoming Audi next year.
Sauber is becoming Audi next year.
And that was named after Kick Sauber.
Yeah,
I think it was the guy's name. Well, and the joke is, don't worry, when the next manufacturer goes under, he'll buy it. Because didn't he buy, starts with an A. James Bond.
Alpine.
Aston Martin.
Was it Alpine? Or I thought it was Aston Martin.
Aston Martin. Martin. No, it wasn't Aston Martin. He bought. Who bought Aston Martin was Stroll's dad.
Oh, okay.
Stroll's dad bought the team. He didn't. I don't think he bought the manufacturing company. I think
he just bought the team.
Aston Martin team.
And the joke is
so Stroll could be guaranteed a ride.
Kick will be back. He's just taking a hiatus until the next manufacturer team folds.
And I froze again. Thank you, Elon.
He's just taking a break. Don't worry, he'll be back. So there's all kinds of silly season stuff in Formula 1 for sure.
Yeah, I froze on that, so sorry, guys.
Oh, you're good.
You're good.
So
it makes it entertaining filling in.
Yeah, well, I'm sitting here, and when Raz, sorry Raz, you can call Elon and blame him. When Raz goes to edit all this, he's gonna hear me complaining to Elon.
And we're talking, and you're talking, and we're all talking over each other on the final edit.
Exactly.
So let's see.
All right.
So
we kind of turned this into an F1 show because
that's fine. It was the last major race, other than
I'll say Gateway. To be fair, yeah, there wasn't many races this weekend.
So Lando Norris won by 2 points with Verstappen and then Piastri, and then George Russell was 4th, Leclerc 5th, Hamilton made it 6th, Antonelli 7th, Albon 8th, Carlos Sainz Jr., and then Fernando Alonso.
Yeah, Fernando Alonso was 10th.
Another rumor for Carlos Sainz Jr. I can't remember what it was. He was going back to
50 what?
WRC or something.
I froze. Say again.
Like Carlos Sainz Jr. Did he ever do WRC or was just his dad? Did World Rally?
Who did?
Did Carlos Sainz Jr. ever do World Rally? Like his dad?
I don't know. But, yeah, it's going to be interesting. Because and here's the thing is they're not talking about bringing a lot of guys from FP or F2 up to F1. There's not a whole lot of talk about moving anybody up right now.
What do you think Cadillac will do? You think you're going to try to steal somebody?
Nah, in my opinion, as I said earlier, if Cadillac is smart,
In your opinion, as the professional F1 moderator of this podcast,
and that's one man's opinion, not mine. If Cadillac is smart, they'll keep the two aged guys, experienced guys, for at least 3 years to develop the cars, and then they'll start looking at F2, and they'll work at bringing younger guys in as reserve drivers and start grooming them to step into the cars, and then maybe have Checo and Valtteri stay on board as mentors.
well, wasn't Valtteri development driver at Mercedes this year?
No, he was reserve driver.
Reserve driver, okay.
Development drivers are guys that are coming up
in F2.
He was reserve driver for Mercedes.
I just love his attitude.
Oh, dude just wants to get in the car and drive.
He just wants to be happy with life.
He reminds me of the James Hunt. Of James Hunt, dude.
Womanizing I want to
drive.
I want to have fun.
I don't
think Valtteri's a womanizer. Hunt was.
I don't know, but
that was even told by his kids.
Yeah, he just wants to go out and have fun. He's like, strap me in a car, let me go out there and have fun. You tell me to make it go fast, and if you put a car, Valtteri was no slouch in that Mercedes. There were many races he didn't. There were many races that he gave way to the team's will for Lewis. And to be 100% transparent, I am a fan of Lewis Hamilton. I think I like the way.
If you don't like Max, you have to like Lewis, don't you?
No,
it's like Leclerc. It's like Jeff or Senior.
Well,
if you like one, you can't like the other.
Well, no, it's. Hey, I'm also a fan of Lando Norris, and I froze again. Thanks, Elon.
I can't wait till the edit happens.
It's definitely be entertaining because I know I have background noise too.
Yeah.
Just watching my little mic dance around. Oh, he's
there.
Back.
He is. He's back.
All right, guys. Sorry about that. Well, I think
maybe.
we beat this F1 dead horse into the ground. We actually made this an F1. We made this an F1 podcast. Sorry about all you guys out there wanting to talk about dirt, but hey, to be fair, some of the F1 cars do go into dirt every now and then.
To be fair, oh, they did. They did do in qualifying too.
Yeah.
Track limits breached.
They don't like to come out of the dirt once they go in it, though.
No, they don't.
They kind of bounce over it now. They don't bury.
Well, a lot of the tracks are changing. Well, we're getting back into it, but a lot of tracks are changing up there. Instead of having grass, they're putting in gravel.
Mm-hmm.
And the behind-the-scenes things there is apparently the teams don't really like the gravel because the gravel goes through the radiators.
Yeah, because they've been doing painted gravel.
And I froze again.
For the designs and stuff.
Yep.
I saw this year.
Yep.
But I remember, I think it was last year, on some of the socials, Valtteri started popping up with my stuff, and he's like, follow me on my off weekend. And the dude decided to do a triathlon from his, basically, hotel room, or his house, or whatever. So he did the run, bike, swim, without ever leaving his property. He had the stationary bike, he had a jet pool,
and
then he
forever
had
pools?
a treadmill. Yeah. In Valtteri's off time, he was like, I'm going to go do a triathlon today. Just because.
Yeah.
It's my off day. I feel like doing a triathlon. Like, you are a different kind of person in my opinion, than anybody I personally know. That's like, I feel like going to a triathlon for fun and never leave the house.
Well,
Like, I can understand some people that go do it and go see stuff.
Yeah.
Like, I hate treadmills. I hate stationary bikes because it's the same scenery. Now, granted, with the Pelotons and whatever the one I have over there, it has the TV screen so I can, pedal behind the instructor and,
Neilden,
go do the Swiss Alps.
if you're at home, you can put enjoyable scenery up while you're doing that.
No, my wife's at work.
That's your problem.
Yep. And on that note,
I am going to say, I hate to say this, guys, but my internet is starting to get more and more unstable the further we go.
yep.
It's getting worse? Say it ain't so.
Well, talk to Elon.
Well, what do we have
Elon.
coming up this week? Anything as far as racing?
I'm racing this Sunday.
Big car stuff.
Shut up.
Oh, fuck.
I think the next big thing is going to be Tulsa Shootout, right? For the micros?
Yeah, December.
Shootout, yep.
In December.
Yep.
Yep, so that's coming up. So that'll be the next thing. It'll be a shootout, and then...
I'm running the Snowbirds in February.
Hey.
Oh, snowbird.
Aren't you basically a snowbird?
No, I grew up in Jacksonville, asshole.
I
came
because
home.
I miss it. I'm trying.
I came home.
I just got noticed I have to charge another fee, another 1.5% on any item, new or refurbished, that doesn't have an easily replaceable battery.
What is that?
Like 3/4 of my flashlights, some of my power tools.
Oh.
Another 1.5% I have to keep track of for the state and submit to the state and blah 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 blah.
Oh,
Maybe you should move to Florida, become a rape truck dealer in Florida.
Hey, don't think it has been discussed.
Well, yeah, we can get on that topic later. But yeah, I hate to say my internet is getting really unstable, guys.
Hey, I get it. I understand. I've been there before. So if we don't talk to you guys soon enough, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year.
Jingle bell ho ho.
Ho 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 is what you say when your daughter or your what was it?
Wow.
Ho 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 is what happens when your best friend's sister's at the hoedown or something, hits the floor. I don't remember. There was a good joke there at one time.
And on that note, Thomas, you want to take us out?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Please what's our misery.
I got this. All right. So, like, comment, subscribe. Tell us what you like. Tell us what you don't like. Let us know what your scenery is on your Peloton bike, so we can all have a visualization or not. I don't know if I want to open that door.
Screenshots are needed.
Find us, you can find us on Facebook at Dirty Look, I don't know the actual dirty.sliders, dirty_sliders. Look, Facebook Dirty Sliders, Instagram Dirty Sliders. We have a Patreon, patreon.com/dirty
Dirty something slider.
Yeah, just Dirty Sliders. You can find us. And if you want to hear us on different
or some other stuff,
I wouldn't get
not
on
to be mistaken
OnlyFans
with Dirty Sanchez.
Sliders. I would not do that. Do not get on OnlyFans and search it.
Hey, I need
But
money.
if you want to hear us on other platforms, like if you want to see the podcast on Apple Music or Spotify, whatever, let us know. We'll see if we can figure it out and make it happen. We did have it on Spotify for a little while. It didn't seem like that was the biggest hit, so I don't think we posted there for a little bit. But let us know, guys. We are here to entertain. If not you, at least ourselves, and we've done a pretty damn good job of that. So, peace!
Right. Deuces.